Hi there, and welcome to Sherpas Talking Shop, episode 2 on search engine marketing. Today we are talking with our master of AdWords, Robert Janzik, and we're going to be diving into the wonderful world of AdWords, which is fitting because, from my understanding, you used to be an ex-diver, correct?
That is true.
Awesome. So firstly, thanks for joining us today.
Thanks so much, Stu. Thanks for having me.
So first thing, what is search engine marketing?
Search engine marketing is the promotion of a website or a digital property where you're trying to increase the visibility of that property across search engine results page results. So an example might be you want a website to have more traffic, you want to promote a particular app you have available for a download. So it's really reaching out to customers, finding customers that would have an interest in your product, in your service, and ensuring that they can eventually get to your website or your whatever your digital property is.
Awesome. So one of the ways that I've used it in the past is a company that is not currently, the #1 hit on Google. It's a great way of getting people to your website if you're not on that first Google page.
Absolutely. Perhaps there are different figures with different studies, but you're looking at least 9 out of 10 people that are browsing. If they are, for instance, searching in Google, if they don't find what they're looking for on the first page, they won't necessarily go to the second or third page. 90% will just change what search term they are typing in. So it really is critical if you are not on, the coveted first page of Google. How can you ensure that your website and your message is still being reached?
So with Google, if you're not first, you're last.
I wouldn't say it that way, but certainly first page from an organic perspective is absolutely critical. And where search engine marketing comes in is it really fills in the gaps where you're not able to achieve that first page viewing.
Great. Yeah, that definitely brings some clarity. So when you first begin a campaign, what are the things you're doing within basic setup?
Sure. Well, initially you would start with what channels are important to your product or service. Many of us have some familiarity with Google AdWords. I'm sure you've seen those ads on the first page of Google.
Many times.
The ones in the top, the ones on the side.
Absolutely.
Right. So Google is probably the largest portal for search engine marketing. There are other opportunities that certainly, or other networks that are certainly part of that, and they could be Facebook. We're now seeing more and more ads on Facebook. It could be Yahoo, Bing. There are some opportunities in searching within those networks. And the second largest search engine, which is YouTube technically, there's certainly opportunities there, whether you're talking about video advertising and just through a lot of the networks in general, whether it's banner advertising, image ads, keyword searches, and so on. So there really are a lot of channels and opportunities that an advertiser can look to decide what is best for their product and how can I reach my customer base.
Which makes it fun for us because depending on the very unique needs of clients, we can set a custom strategy and use a bunch of different opportunities to generate that traffic.
Absolutely.
Awesome.
Absolutely.
So my favorite aspect about search engine marketing is definitely brainstorming the keywords that a user might be searching on Google to find a product or service. So with you being the expert, is there anything you do in particular in order to identify these keywords?
Well, you're absolutely right. Keywords form the basis of any search engine marketing campaign. Typically we use I guess a 4-pronged approach to creating the keyword list. And initially we do start with a client's website copy. Many times that serves as a very good base for what keywords should be part of the search engine marketing campaign. Certainly what your customers or prospects are searching, what exact terms they use is absolutely critical. And there are tools that we can leverage to see what that is. And really understanding what is the vernacular with that product or service. And many times your sales reps can be a great resource. It may not have copy on your website that particularly pertains to a product or service, but your sales reps can give you a pretty good idea of what is out there. And also really bringing in our own understanding of products many times you'll find that a keyword that is being used has other variations of it, and just trying to put all of that together is certainly can be a challenge. But putting all this into one tactic gives us an initial starting group of keywords that should be targeted.
So for the users at home, what would be the big four?
Website copy.
Yep.
Looking at the keyword planning tools available online.
Such as Google Keyword Planner?
Yep, search volumes and so on. Understanding what is the common vernacular from your sales reps or from your sales force.
Yep.
And also really taking a analytical approach to those keywords and seeing where some holes may be, because many times those three avenues don't provide the whole picture, and when you put them together you can find other opportunities that you really should be focusing some of your keyword advertising on.
Awesome. So when thinking of the vernacular of a given product or service, I came across a funny one a couple weeks ago where users might be searching for a whippersnipper, a weed whacker, a trimmer. You know, there's all sorts of these different keywords they might be using. Do you have any example or any funny situation, or how do you go about dealing with that?
Yeah, that is an excellent point. Why? Because how people refer to that keyword is critical when you are trying to be targeting those keywords. And many times it may be very different than what you may perceive that common terminology being. An example would be a post pounder. For instance, we did a review on a particular product. It's an agricultural product that pounds in posts, hence the name post pounder. But what we found, Canadian farmers, perhaps 40% of them use that term. Post pounder is a common term, but 60% also use post driller, post auger, and there are other terms that are certainly different. And if you're not having those terms being targeted, or also from an SEO perspective, if you don't have those keywords on your website, you will certainly be losing valuable traffic. When someone is interested in buying a product, they're searching for a particular keyword. If they can't get to your website, either through an ad or copy that you have, you will never see that prospect as a potential customer of yours.
Great. Awesome. So one of the first things to do, I know, after you set up an AdWords campaign is to pair it with analytics.
Absolutely.
Why is that so important?
Well, as has been mentioned around our office a few times, pairing of analytics and AdWords is as critical as the pairing of gin and tonic.
Ryan Coke? Rum and Coke?
Ryan Coke, I don't know. I don't know about that, but gin and tonic certainly.
Fair enough.
The reason that it is so critical is you really must understand what behavior is happening on the front end when a customer gets to your website, especially if you are paying for that traffic. You have a limited budget at the end of the day, and I want to spend every dollar that I have getting the best return on that dollar spent. And with AdWords, you can certainly generate the traffic, but what analytics does when it's paired with the AdWords is it tells you what people are doing on the site. So you may find certain advertising channels are not yielding the behavior that you wish to see through a look at the analytics reporting. So in that case, you could certainly turn off that channel and shift your budget to the channels that are yielding behavior that you do want.
Absolutely, and I also find it interesting that you can identify, based on the different phrases that people are searching, their behavior throughout your website actually changes, and you can find that out using analytics. Great. So now that my campaign is launched and it's ongoing, what are some of the things that you do in terms of maintenance of the campaign?
Well, typically the cornerstone of campaign maintenance is to ensure your advertising spend is yielding the results that you want to see. So in a typical search engine marketing campaign, you have many channels out there: video ads, image ads, search text ads, You're targeting based on placement, on interest. All this mix is put in. So on a regular basis, you really need to look at what is happening with the SEM traffic that is coming to your website and try to adjust the channels that are not achieving the results you want to see. Either tweak that campaign to get the results you want to see, or potentially shift advertising dollars to the channels that are getting you the results you want.
So it's all about using that big data to your advantage.
Absolutely, absolutely. And depending on the client, sometimes it might, it really might be minor tweaks in the campaign runs because it's perhaps the goal is of a branding, you have a specific branding goal. Mm-hmm. But in terms of a commerce SEM campaign, that is a bit more fine-tuned because at the end of the day, converted sales is really what is the driving the driving force behind where you are making your spend. So it's really an ongoing effort to ensure that the campaign is as optimized as possible.
Great. So it seems there's a great deal of knowledge here at Sherpa on search engine marketing. So just as a challenging question, why should someone choose Sherpa to manage their search engine marketing campaigns?
Well, I think the strengths that Sherpa brings to a search engine marketing campaign, first and foremost, is based on the analytical aspects of a particular campaign. So looking at the data behind it and really making business decisions and advertising decisions based on that is one of Sherpa's strengths. Mm-hmm. And I think overall, and you're certainly a great example of this, Stu, we have a real varied level of expertise within Sherpa. So we have individuals that are quite knowledgeable about agriculture, myself, or perhaps have a background in electrical engineering, which may be of use. You yourself have a background in the healthcare field, or your expertise in contemporary dance. So we all have our areas of expertise, and I think it really shows when we bring that to a client, the strength that we can bring based on the analytical aspects of us, and also what our background knowledge is. Those are key, and of course we are a Google certified company. We're AdWords certified. I believe 4 of our staff members are AdWords certified, with a 5th coming on board soon. Mm-hmm. So we really have. We've invested a lot, and we will continue to develop our chops, so to speak, our marketing chops with respect to search engine marketing.
Very well said. Pleasure. Thanks for coming on the show.
Stuart, thank you.
Right
Thank you so much.
And thank you for tuning into Sherpas Talking Shop episode 2 here. Thank you.
Enjoy episode 3, where you are actually giving a demonstration on contemporary dance as well here. So
I don't think so.